The National Assembly and the Board of Directors that accompanies it are taking place in an unprecedented political situation for our republic. Unprecedented due to the aggression that took place in the early hours of January 3rd, the illegitimate military aggression. Those who can do nothing but point out the illegality of violating the immunity of a head of state. Here is the Council of Vice Presidents with very clear instructions from President Maduro, who told us what to do in the worst of circumstances. Well, the economy has been shifting toward a productive economy, toward a non-rentier economy that does not depend on oil revenues. Good afternoon to everyone present. Welcome to the Miraflores Palace, which since the arrival of Commander Hugo Chavez to political power in Venezuela, has also become the People's Palace. This notification, Dr. Rodríguez, President. The National Assembly and the Board of Directors that accompanies it are taking place in an unprecedented political situation for our republic. Unprecedented due to the aggression that took place in the early hours of January 3rd, the illegitimate military aggression. Our country experienced it, our people suffered it, and it ended with the kidnapping of President Nicolas Maduro and of the First Lady, Deputy Cilia Flores, a colleague of yours, in a situation that without a doubt has impacted and shocked the entire world. Those who can do nothing but point out the illegality of violating the immunity of a head of state, and witnessing, moreover, the violent way in which it occurred. I would like to welcome the opposition members of Parliament. Timoteo Zambrano, welcome. Deputy Bernabe Gutierrez, welcome. Jose Brito, welcome. Antonio Ecari, welcome. Stalin Gonzalez, welcome. But I want to welcome you not only to the premises of the Presidency of the Republic. I want to welcome you a new political moment for our country. A political moment where we have the highest awareness of what the sovereignty of Venezuela means. Our territorial integrity, national independence, which are superior virtues of our republic. Superiors, and it is above any national public power. They are virtues of an entire country and an entire population. And I invite you to take advantage of this political moment for the coming together of Venezuelan men and women. Let us understand that the only guiding star that should exist in our political actions is Venezuela. That the only common element to uphold and defend should be the sovereignty and national independence that we inherited more than 2 centuries ago from our liberator father, from our liberators, from our heroines. Here is the Council of Vice Presidents with very clear instructions from President Maduro, who told us what to do in the worst of circumstances. And without a doubt, Venezuela is going through very delicate times. For its political stability, for peace, for integrity. But this political group that is meeting here today, the National Executive, the National Legislature, must move in that direction. Because we must point it out as Venezuelan men and women. What it meant to have, in 2015, a parliament at the service of foreign powers. It paved the way for this aggression on January 3rd, 2026. Having a parliament at the service of foreign governments did nothing to help defend our sovereignty, our dignity as Venezuelan men and women, nor our independence, which is sacred for any country and for Venezuelans. I have no doubt it is the most sacred thing there can be. It is a free and independent homeland because we carry in our veins the blood of our liberators and of our liberator father, Simón Bolívar. We Venezuelans did not receive our independence and our freedom from a piece of scrap paper. Nobody gave it to us. We fought it with Bolívar's sword. And we didn't just fight for our independence, we also fought to liberate other nations. From colonialist yokes, from the Spanish yoke. We have a very clear understanding of what freedom means for the peoples of the world. And that clear, undeniable awareness must profoundly call us to work together in strong national unity so that Venezuela, in these incredibly complex and truly dangerous times, can effectively move forward toward a brighter future of sustained development, lasting peace, and profound tranquility, all while upholding its cherished sovereignty to ultimately guarantee the nation's enduring future for our future generations. I welcome the agenda that the President of the Legislative Power has come to present here to the National Executive. We have also considered what agenda could serve for national development in the months and years to come in this Parliament. 2025 to 2030? Well, the economy has been shifting toward a productive economy, toward a non-rentier economy that does not depend on oil revenues. To strengthen the great capacities that Venezuela has in its various sectors. And there we have established some guidelines. We agree with the proposals that the Venezuelan Parliament is bringing today. Very specific laws, such as the mining law. For example, it needs to be updated to attract national and international investments that can help develop Venezuela's immense reserves of gold, bauxite, diamonds, minerals, and rare earths. A comprehensive development for the happiness of our people. Here, we are not thinking about enriching an elite. We are thinking about how to bring happiness to the Venezuelan people, to the most vulnerable who have been unjustly hit by the criminal economic blockade. We are thinking precisely about those people and about using all our productive potential so that our children can go to school, so that the sick can be cared for in a hospital, so that universities can train the professionals of the future with the best skills. We are thinking about how the economy can become the engine of national development, but also the engine of our people's happiness. We also want to introduce the COMEX law, the law of the Export and Import Committee, because non-oil exports, it is one of the engines, one of the 14 engines of the economy. We want to diversify our exports. We want our imports to be strictly limited to what cannot be produced in Venezuela. And in that sense, I want to highlight something, because right now there is a lot of black and white thinking about relationships. Venezuela, United States. The first thing I must say is that there is a stain on our relations that has never happened before in our history. But it should also be noted that it is neither extraordinary nor irregular. The economic and trade relations, for example, between the United States and Venezuela. 71% of Venezuelan exports are concentrated in 8 countries. And of that 71%, 27% is destined for the United States of America. Venezuela's economic relations are diversified across different markets around the world, just as our geopolitical relations are diversified. And that's how it should be, diversifying relationships. And Venezuela should have relations with all the countries in this hemisphere, just as it should with Asia, with Africa, with the Middle East, with Europe. Those who have excluded themselves from engaging with Venezuela are the ones who have taken part in aggressions against our country. It hasn't been Venezuela, and that's why I've said that Venezuela is not at war. Venezuela is a country of peace that was attacked by a nuclear power. That's the difference. As for economic relations, they will continue to be diversified. Both public and private productive sectors will have markets all over the world. Here is the new Vice President of the Economy, Mr. Calixto Ortega. And the private productive sectors of Venezuela know that they can count on this government's public policies to continue promoting the diversification of markets and to be able to ensure that national production crosses our borders. And that what is made in Venezuela becomes our great ambassador. That what is made in Venezuela is the ambassador that expresses not just a product, but also carries the imprint of what it means to be Venezuelan, both men and women.